Welcome back, everybody, to the world's worst fishing. I'm Chris Jones, and as I'm sure you can tell by the thumbnail, we're going to make a turtle. So, sea turtle. I really love their shape. It's well, my favorite turtle is the freshwater alligator snapping turtle. But we're going to make a sea turtle because everybody loves a sea turtle, and they just have the coolest fins or feet or flappers. I don't even know what you call those. So, we're going to set that aside and just start with this little ball of clay like we always do. And we're just going to kind of start shaping. Going to kind of flatten it out for a bit. And we may have to actually add some more clay. But our turtle is going to be fairly small. In practical use, you know, this would, I feel like, sort of be a good bed fishing bait. You know, plop it down on a bass sitting on a bed, because I'm sure in the freshwater realm that turtles do try to rob eggs off of fish beds. You know, I actually have seen a bass with a turtle in its stomach. We were fishing Lake Seminole years ago, and we kept a few fish, and one of the bass had a little turtle about this size in its stomach. Just your regular old little western painted turtle. All those, you know, you always see them sitting on a log, and then you get close to them, they all bail. That kind of turtle. So that's kind of what we were, well, that I only saw it once, but that's what we saw, was one of those turtles in the belly of the beast. So again, lots of shaping to do, but it's kind of fun to see it take form from just a ball of clay. Yeah, you know, could they have those kind of big wings, it seems, and then their back, you know, head up here, two main flapping wings out here, and then the back feet are relatively small. Yeah, this is kind of a rough draft. They always start with rough drafts, of course. And there's a long way to go, but yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. And in fact, I'll probably angle these in more because I don't want to pour a bait that just sticks out like that. So what I'm going to do is maybe look at some other angles of the sea turtle so that we can see how their flappers look other times as well. Yeah, so I think they can be kind of fanned backwards too. They're not always straight out. Okay. Yeah, and then they're, but again, I need that top view. Sea turtle tattoo, interesting. All right. Definitely need that top view to kind of get the shape. So we will kind of keep shaping here, but this is sort of a rough draft. As usual, we always start pretty rough, and then we'll kind of cut some more distinct shaping here as we keep going. Okay, so we've done a little bit more shaping, just kind of the way that the legs come out, and then we'll trim these up to where they're not quite as bulky. Right now the legs are too big for the kind of general shape and size, but we're just going to kind of smooth over our body a little bit here and try to get the back end here shaped a little bit better. So make sure that he has a neck because his head isn't just one long wide piece. It does taper in, and then I mean it's like a neck should look, I guess. So again, we're just gonna kind of flatten a little bit. There's kind of a bulge, you know, turtle shell from the side is kind of, you know, rounded upward. So this isn't flat, it is domed a little bit, like it sort of should be. You know, and so your hook would come out there, essentially. So this would be just a traditional Texas rigged lure. I'm sure I'm not the only one to make a soft plastic turtle. So somebody out there probably knows how to really fish one of these. All right, so we're going to stop here. I'm going to keep working, then I'll come back whenever I have a little bit more done, and it's, hopefully each time, the video crops will kind of be a little closer to what we want. Okay, so we've gotten a little further here. Now we're going to make a spot for some eyes. So we're just going to kind of wallow out a little bit of clay on each side here. Just kind of rotating this tool. It kind of cuts a little spot out there. Just kind of pat it. Alrighty. Yeah. And we'll try to just make the face as even as possible. Okay, that's not looking bad. Okay, we took our little tool and drew sort of a shell pattern on the back, and we're gonna go ahead and fire this in the baking dish. And once that's done cooking, we'll begin sanding, and after that we will prepare our silicone and hopefully pour a mold. So I'm a little sick today, kind of fighting a cold, so I'm not sure how much I'll get done today, but at least I have a master in the making here. Okay, welcome back. So we have fired our master in the oven. So it's now hardened up, and we've kind of already started doing a little bit of sanding, mainly just here in the body, just trying to smooth some of the detail. You'll see that kind of pattern that I drew to kind of mimic just the shell pattern. So again, just like always, there's a big bump right there that I didn't account for, so we're going to be sanding that. We're going to be rounding off edges, smoothing off edges. So yep, that's kind of the process right now. That's the step that we're in. It's just smoothing and making it look pretty. Okay, so I think I pretty much have my sanding for the most part done. So there it is from the front, side. My wife's calling, hold on. Okay everybody, we are back. It is now nighttime. So unfortunately I'm not going to be able to pour the mold tonight. I've kind of got my box ready, but we're not really going to use this yet because we still have to polyurethane our master. And this will need to set up overnight since it's so late. This is quick polyurethane, but again, it's getting pretty late at night. And this will just have to sit overnight, and then we'll pour the silicone mold. We'll actually pour the mold in the morning, probably after church. So hopefully I'll be pouring a mold by lunchtime and pouring a bait by evening time. My silicone tends to set up very, very quickly, quicker than this polyurethane. So again, we're just gonna give it a light brushing. In fact, we're gonna go ahead and just set it down. There's just so much surface area on this thing. It's a little bigger than I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a little smaller and more practical, but man, it is tough to make something small. That is for sure. It is tough to sculpt something small and sculpt it well. But this isn't laughably large. If I'm sitting on a decent fish, I'll still plop this down on her bed. What the heck? I've used bigger, dumber baits. Well, alright everybody, it is now Sunday morning. I'm still fighting a little bit of a cold. Landon is sick, my wife is sick. So we stayed home this morning, didn't want to go to church and get all the other little babies sick. So time to pour the mold. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go grab our silicone. We're gonna mix up our silicone and then the hardener catalyst with it. I already have my box built. The actual turtle master set up real well. The polyurethane dried completely. So I think this is gonna look really cool. So I'm pretty excited to see it actually. I just wish I felt a little better. But it's early in the morning. It's not hot yet outside. So I think this is the right time to be out here. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in. Okay, here we go. A little bit of glue. That way we can get our turtle to kind of sit flat, or to try to stay as flush with the bottom as possible. And the point is to try to prevent the silicone from getting up under it and then having all that flat mold flashing when you pull it out. So without trying to get too much glue on myself, let's go ahead and set him down. Perfect. I think that'll work just fine. So we'll just kind of mash the extremities, flippers and tail in. All right, I think that's gonna do pretty well. And oh, real quick, I wanted to show you guys a cool bait. So a lot went into this one right here. We have some gold leafing on the top. We have this 0.125 hexagon. This is huge glitter, and it's just kind of here and there. It's just kind of random. But we did a lot of after effects with this one. We used some gold powders. There's a little bit of purple here and there. This is a custom powder blend. I think I took white and blue powder and actually mixed it together to get this aqua color. The dots are actually lure paint. I did finally buy some lure paint. I'm just kind of using it off screen a little bit to try to figure out how to use it, what I want to use it for, and if I get some really cool ideas, I'll feature it on the channel. And then the actual bait is just black with pink flake, and then I matched, you know, just with the pink flake, I put these pink eyes on there. Those are from Dead Meat Custom. So a really cool bait, a lot of time. I mean, start to finish, I'll bet it took almost an hour. But a lot of detail went into this one. I was just kind of determined to make something cool. So this is the catalyst, and here is the actual silicone. So we're gonna shake this up. It'll usually say shake well, but definitely always shake well. We're gonna measure that out, and I don't get super precise with my measurements. I just kind of keep adding catalyst until it's the right color purple, and there you have it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, then we're gonna pour us a mold. Okie dokie, here we go. I feel like I have way too much silicone than I actually need for this thing. Yeah, maybe not. This is a pretty wide box. It's a perfect square, essentially. So yeah, I'm looking forward to pouring this one. I'll try to make it look as much like an actual sea turtle, just with the coloring and patterns, as I can. Always wanted to make a little turtle lure. There are some turtle lures out there. There's a really cool turtle bait called the Doomsday Turtle. Hold on, I think I have a pack. Let me go see. Yeah, see, I'm not the only one, right? The Doomsday Turtle. And here is the Doomsday Turtle. It's basically just a they've kind of given it a real creature bait look. So yeah, a pretty cool thing. Really, really, really neat. I forgot I had these. I mean, those were just hiding in the back of my garage. But yeah, Doomsday Turtle. And now we have a sea turtle. Dun 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 dun. Alright, we have a mold. However, Timmy the turtle lost an appendage. And the other one's starting to break too. Yeah, you know what? Sorry guys. Sorry, Timmy. Okay, However, Timmy the Turtle is immortalized here in silicone. So, what are we going to do with this thing? Well, I was looking at some other pictures of sea turtles, and I found one that has a really cool color scheme. So for all you gator fans out there, this is sort of orange and blue. Come on, zoom in. So I don't even know if this is real, but I like it. Kind of like a orange and white. Patriots Pro Shop. All right, go Pats. We creamed the Dolphins today. So you kind of have this orange and white blend. So I'm going to do that with the divider cup, and then this blue pattern here on the neck and flippers. So I'm basically going to pour an orange head and then an orange body, and then I'll pour blue appendages, and we might do a little work with the paintbrush afterwards. I'm not really sure how I'm going to play that. I am going to want to try to outline the shell with blue, so I'll probably get out the brush and see what I can do there. But first we need to actually pour the bait, so I'm really curious to see what this looks like. And so we've got some dead-on plastic swim bait blend here, and we're gonna go ahead and cook this stuff up and just see if we can at least pour the general color scheme first, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I'm gonna try to use my dead-on colors here because they're a little thicker, and I'm not really worried about being see-through. So I think I'm gonna do a white pearl and orange blend for the body. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, that's probably as good as we can do it. And then we'll just get some blue here. Oh, that's neo blue. Do I have any other types of blue? That's just straight blue. I'm gonna go with this neo blue because the blue in that's not super dark. There's dark patterns, but I think the overall color, I might mix in a little white pearl with that just to maybe lighten it up. Not sure yet. But anyway, that's kind of, I think these are gonna be our base colors here, and we may alter things as we see fit. Okay, let's try and get started here. So we're gonna do our orange on one side. All right, other side is gonna be our pearl white. Okay, we're back. So very carefully, just gonna try to pour a little bit into the head. Okay, we've done messed up already. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and try to pour our orange and white head again. So very carefully, not too much going on here. Okay, we're gonna hold that at an angle, but then we're gonna go ahead and pour our blue neck also at an angle, and hope that this kind of works, because I think just the top of his head is the orange. I think the rest of his head is blue, so I can kind of fill this in with this blue, just kind of there from the neck. Well, I'll have to maybe trim that a little bit. Yeah, we're just gonna give him a blue head, and then I'm gonna trim up his neck after that's done curing. Okay, we're gonna kind of just trim off the neck here. Alrighty. We're just gonna tack it up a little bit with the heat gun. That way when we pour our body, we'll get a decent bond. We're just gonna kind of wiggle this around as best we can here. Try to get a decent pour without it going inside my extremities too much. Again, we're just gonna kind of tack things up a little bit around those edges. As always, we want to try to get a good bond between colors. Okay. here we go. We have our blue nice and hot. Hopefully that will fill in okay. Yeah. There we go. And again, you're looking at the bottom of this bait. I'm not super concerned with how everything looks from this side necessarily. It's how it comes out from the top that I'm hoping it does well. And over here, let's get that last leg. Okay. Alrighty. Okay guys, I think we're about there. Drum roll. Ooh, yeah, still very hot. Okay. Woo! Well, my white and orange didn't blend exactly how I wanted it to. And the head kind of looks dumb. So I'm not sure if I'm super wild about that. But that's what we're gonna good lord. What we're gonna go with. Aren't those just adorable? Oh man, just so cute. Okay, we did it guys. We got some actual lure paint. Now, this stuff works really well and it sets up really quickly, which means I can paint this on there and I don't have to seal it in with clear dip, which is really awesome. So the goal here is to, and neither one of my turtles, I didn't get my blending with the blending cup right at all. But like all my videos, this is more or less first take content. So what we're going for is you kind of see these darker blue dots. Now I'm never going to be able to replicate that crazy scaly pattern there. So we're just gonna kind of mark them. Same with the necks. And then you'll see the shell kind of has those blue outlines. So that's what we're gonna try to do here. And I've shaken my paint up very well. And it's a very dark blue, which is exactly what I wanted. So I'm just gonna kind of mark, so to speak, the outlines of the shell. Okay. Can't even believe I'm looking at this. Alright, final step here. We're going to put on some eyeballs, of course. So actually, I kind of need to face Timmy Turtle this way. And these are little 6mm eyes. Yeah, I'm just going to have to pick it up to do it. Like I always do. These are little 6mm eyes. So a little bit of Loctite gel. Alright. This was really difficult. It's completely impractical. If you want to make a turtle lure, you know, just pour whatever your favorite color is. You don't have to try to like recreate the actual look of a turtle. Okay, so just take another little close look here. It's actually not bad. And I've got another one in the mold that's just going to be straight blue. So we'll kind of, yeah, we're getting some sunlight in here. Hello. So yeah, we'll look at that one on a hook and just see how it rigs. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I wonder what you would catch on these. I mean, obviously, like I've said over and over, I've seen bass swallow them down. I've seen there's a picture online of a mahi-mahi that has like 10 baby sea turtles in its stomach. So, you know, they're definitely on the menu for certain fish. So yeah, you could definitely try you a turtle bait and possibly have some luck. Like I said, the only time I'd really throw this is bed fishing for bass. That's just me. You know, I have nowhere to go throw this like today where I would have any chance of probably getting a bite. That's gonna have to wait till spring, so hopefully somebody remind me to take this bed fishing come springtime. Okay, so we poured just a straight blue turtle, and we're gonna just Texas rig this thing just to see kind of what it looks like if you were gonna rig it for bass or something. Oh, I should have let it set up more. The line's already cutting through the head. That's all right. Okay, hooks out the top. Oh, you're ready for action, folks. Okay, this weight is much too big for this thing. Hold on. You're okay, buddy. Yeah, that weight's way too big. Man, it's upside down. You need to get this thing, there we go. Put that in the bed. And the legs have a little bit of movement. Let's see. This one, I can't even get the rod in my little old bathroom here. You know, sure it would work. Especially like bed fishing, just wiggle, wiggle that in front of one's face. Let's see if it'll like swim a little bit. Yeah, kinda not really. For the most part, it don't do shit. Well, I guess they can't all be winners.